Today I wanted to do a video I saw some other people on YouTube doing, talking through my 2024 Sephora purchases. So I've started at the beginning of 2024 and I figured I'd just go through my order history and just talk through them, say if I return them, say what I thought of items and would I buy them again and things like that. I might do this for Ulta as well. I think that's really the only other site I could do. But I'll see how I feel about how this turns out. But yeah, let's just go through it. So, this first order, I got a bunch of samples, but the main item was the Gucci Sun-Kissed Glow Bronzer. And I had wanted this for a really long time. I had thought about it. This is definitely a purchase I did a lot of research on and really considered if I had anything similar in my collection. And what really drove me to get this product was the fact that this is a sort of fair toned bronzer. So it has a bit of a pink undertone, which is actually pretty rare in bronzers. I think it's becoming more popular now. But yeah, I still, haven't really seen any bronzers that replicate this in the way I wanted. And I think it's a very good color for my skin tone. I definitely don't regret this at all. I think I went about this the right way, just really thinking about my purchase. I tried to see if there were dupes and there really weren't. And, $65 is a lot, but I think it's good bronzer. So definitely was a good purchase to my collection. I think it was a bronzer that actually was right for my skin tone and looks good on my skin tone and blends out, and yeah, so I feel good about that. I also got the Sephora Valentine's Day perfume sample in here, which I love getting those whenever there is a deal for something like this. So I got that and I had been using it throughout the year. I think that's a great way to try perfume. So yeah, this is a random one. I'm not going to talk about all the samples, but this sample I did really want of the Beauty Blender foundation because I've heard so many good things from Kathleen Lights about it, and unfortunately I did not get it in my order, which is pretty common for Sephora. You're going to see that a couple of times through here, but yeah, sometimes the samples and gift with purchases do not come. Okay, here we are, February 16th. Damn, I made another purchase pretty quickly. So I got a couple things here. I got these two lip liners. I think were what sparked this purchase. This was what led me to it. I heard about these from Allie Glines and they just looked really beautiful on her. So they're the Sephora Retractable Rouge Gel Lip Liners, and they're in the two shades, the Nudist and Sinker Suede. So I think she just really raved about them and I really wanted to try it. So I got those in those two shades that intrigued me, and I do really like Sinker Suede. I think the Nudist is a little bit too nude, and I probably need to be a little more honest about the fact that at the moment lip liner does not look good on me. That is just not what I am very good at applying. I think that's probably it's the last frontier for me, but yeah, so I really don't need any more lip liner. I still buy it, but I'm really trying to hold myself back now, and just be honest about myself that these lip liners they're not for me at the moment. I have too many for the amount I use it. I also got the Kerastase Nutritive 8-Hour Magic Night Serum. I really need help with dry hair. My hair is just so dry and the texture of it is not great. That is something I'm really conscious of, and this was recommended by someone whose hair is beautiful. It's also $62. I had heard good things. Unfortunately, this does nothing for my hair. I actually notice zero difference, and I've had more success with other masks now, so this one doesn't do much and probably would not repurchase. I got another shade of this Nude Sticks Nudies Cream Blush All Over Face Color, and I got this in Poppy Girl. I love Nude Sticks blushes. I think they just have unique shades that are really appealing. So I like this. I think I have a lot of shades now, and I definitely don't need more. And I don't know when I bought this in context of the other shades I have that are kind of similar to this, but maybe I didn't need this exact shade, but it is a really fun one and a very brightening and gorgeous one, so I'm a fan. I got this Armani eye tint, which was I think this was like a deluxe sample maybe, and I actually passed this on to a friend. I think it looked horrible. And then I got another size of this Dylan Versace perfume, which I had discovered in this set, and it was a really nice perfume. Okay, we're moving forward, March 21st. So here, the two items I got were the Nude Sticks Nudies Cream Blush All Over Face Color. I got this in Sunkissed Pink, which is supposed to be a cool pink. I was really enjoying the Sunkissed line. I love the idea of like a cooler take on a Sunkissed shade, so I think that's what drew me in there. I think this color stands out less in my Nude Sticks collection than some others, but still like Nude Sticks. And then the Charlotte Tilbury Mini Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I also really enjoy this, but I feel like I don't have a good grasp on how much it extends my wear. But maybe I'll do like a wear test just to really understand, because I'm still using this up. So some deluxe samples. I tried the Juliet Has a Gun. I enjoyed it, the perfume, but it wasn't like anything super unique. I think it's a really good scent for people who just like want an enjoyable scent but don't want anything like that stands out. Like it just smells good. And then I did not get the Benefit Hoola Matte Powder Bronzer, and this is kind of whatever, but I always think it's funny how these things just don't arrive. Okay, May 23rd, so this was maybe, I feel like this was maybe during a sale, but I got the Fenty Beauty Eavesdrop Blurring Skin Tint, which was recommended by Kelly Gooch. I had been thinking about this forever. I love the claim she had about how it was like blurring and how it was light but had more coverage than just like a tint. Unfortunately, I ended up returning this. This just didn't look good on my skin, in all honesty. I didn't notice any difference, and I had other foundations I liked, so I think this was honestly the perfect sort of purchase mindset. Like, I really thought about this for a long time. I, considered if it had a place in my collection, and when it just didn't work out, I just returned it instead of trying to make it work, so it was probably the best way I could have gone about it. Obviously would have loved to like it. I got this Laneige lip sleeping mask, which I ended up really liking. This was a sample. I got two powders, which I probably didn't need two, but I think I was just drawn in. So I had seen my friend use the Charlotte Tilbury Mini Airbrush Flawless Finish Setting Powder, and it just looked amazing on her skin. So I picked that up, and then I really like the idea of the pink under eye powder, just having that sort of like brightening effect with the powder. I actually haven't used both of these either because I'm trying to use up some other powders first. So they're still in my drawer, but perhaps that goes to show I don't need to buy this stuff until I finish other things up, but probably like, things to do better in the future. And then the last thing I got was the Pat McGrath Satin Allure lipstick in the shade Night Kiss. This shade, I just saw a swatch of it and was obsessed with it. I think on TikTok, which rest in peace to TikTok. But yeah, I actually really like that shade. I think it's beautiful on the lips, and it's kind of that, I would say it's a black cherry type shade. Is that even the name, black cherry? I think so. But it's a little more like berry, like it's not as sheer, and I really like that. It has a bit more berry, a bit more red, and it's just a beautiful shade, so I like that a lot. Did I need a lipstick? Maybe not, but that's not what I'm super mad about. Okay, May 30th, I went and got a full size of the Laneige lip sleeping mask because I really liked it. I did get the wrong flavor, but no big deal. I think I was supposed to buy like the berry flavor, which I really liked, but I have this. The funny thing is now I still feel like it's not as good as it was, but I do think it's a good lip mask. But it's just funny, once I got the full size, I'm like, I got these Peace Out Acne Dot 4 dots, which did not come. I got the Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez Soft Pinch Luminous Powder Blush in Happy. I was so excited about this. I just was really into like the highlighter, really glowy blush. I just thought it would look so stunning, and the way it kind of offers like a almost duochrome effect. I ended up returning it. It sucked. It was just pure glitter. Obviously, like, thankfully mine did not come broken, but I know a lot of people's do. And this just looked like crap on the face. Honestly, I could not believe how bad this was. I don't know how it worked on anyone. Um, but yeah, I returned it. I hated it. So the reason I actually got this order was I really wanted this deluxe Tom Ford Soleil Blanc offer. And of course, it did not come with purchase. And I went through the messaging system and was like, I only placed this order for this sample, and like now I can't get it because it's been used. And they're like, well, nothing free is guaranteed. And I was like, great, thanks. So a little frustrating, but whatever. And then I returned it here. There I went. This was actually the last, not exactly. Okay, so this was a sort of holiday present. I bought this for myself for Christmas. So I got the Burberry Goddess Intense, which I had first gained interest in this because I was really into lavender, and then I looked up like good lavender perfumes. This was recommended. I smelled it in store. I liked it, so I got a travel size. I think it's good to start with travel size. Unfortunately, didn't listen to that with this one. I smelled this in store and was just obsessed with it. Like, it was a really light scent that was very like close quarters type scent. Like, it doesn't project, but it just smelled so cozy and fresh and clean. And I'm talking about Glossier You Do. And I don't really like the original You, but I think all of these perfumes are very similar in that they're like a very personal scent. They have that sort of just like general like cleanliness to it. This one has a lot of santal though, which I find can be a bit, I don't know if cloying is the right word, but it does kind of dominate a scent sometimes. And it's weird, when I scented it in store, it was a lot weaker, and the santal was a lot weaker, but the full size is a lot more intense. And I'm wondering if it was just watered down when I tried it in store because so many people had tried it. But yeah, so I like it, but it is a little different. And I actually haven't worn these perfumes a ton yet because I'm working through others. But the next thing I got was the Bobbi Brown Longwear Waterproof Cream eyeshadow stick in the shade Incandescent. I love the idea of like a gold pink sort of metallic shade. Like, that was a shade I was really into and I'm still into, but this was just too glittery and I didn't like it, so I actually ended up returning it, which is like the last thing I did of the year. I got the Ulla Henriksen Mini Lemonade Smoothing Scrub. I know that physical scrubs are controversial, but I actually really like them for a lot of reasons. I just feel like it does make a tangible difference in the skin. And like before a big event, or if it's just been like a while, it's just so refreshing to scrub off like that layers of skin. You're not actually, but like, just some of the like, I don't know, like more dry areas, just like texture. And there was an older Ulla Henriksen product I loved. That was another physical scrub, but I think it's been long discontinued, so kind of wanted to try it again. I think this also has like AHA in it. Yeah, so I feel like it does kind of combine, which is really helpful. And I've liked using it so far. It hasn't broken me out or anything. It doesn't feel intense, and I just feel like sometimes like all the chemicals, all the exfoliants and chemical exfoliants are just a lot of my skin. My skin is like already dried out, and obviously this dries it out too, but I don't know, I like it better. So feel free to convince me though. I got 2 of these Sephora collection nourishing foot mask. Weirdly, it only says 1 pair, but or maybe it's 250. Okay. But I tried this. I have super dry feet. I don't know if that's TMI, but I don't know. It's just been really bothering me and I hate it. So I wanted to try this out. There were really good reviews. I definitely think it took away the like general like, oh my god, my feet are so dry, but it doesn't really like attack the super dry areas like my heels and like the soles, like where I walk, like, so I think those problem areas are still there, which makes sense because I think those are things you need to like exfoliate off, but yeah, so I don't know if I'd repurchase because I think this kind of does the same thing as lotion, but obviously that initial like step out of the mask felt really good. I was like, oh my god, it's so dry, or moisturized, but yeah. The last thing I got, yeah, wow, okay, is the Kayali Yum Bougie Marshmallow travel size perfume. So when this came out, I was like, this sounds amazing. I love a marshmallow scent. I love just like a yummy, sweet, light, delicious scent. Marshmallows are really a note that gets me, and I have to say this smells amazing. Like when you spray it, like you just want to keep smelling it. It just smells delicious. It smells sweet. To me, I would describe it as kind of like a like strawberry candy scent at first, and it settles in a much more like marshmallow scent. I feel like what I think of are like rock candy. I think she has another scent in that with that name, but it's just a delicious sweet scent. And I do think it's like, it is definitely sweet, but I think this is wearable. Um, Maybe not for like a, more mature, if you view yourself as more mature, but I think everyone likes to smell like edible, and this really is just one of the best scents. Like, I could see this really appealing to a lot of people, but anyways, I love it. I love these travel sites because it just allows me to try so many different things and explore different things. So, yeah, that's my wrap up for the year on Sephora. I might do it on Ulta as well if I get a chance. Um, yeah, I feel like Sephora is just interesting because it is a little more expensive, you might see a little more thought. Um, and I definitely like return more. Like in the past, I might have kept things, but it's my money, and I'm like, if I don't like it, it's gone. So yeah, I thought it'd be just a fun way to kind of see my spending habits. And obviously, like think I'm gonna be starting a no buy pretty soon. So I did want to kind of do some reflection on my spending and my collection and just see how I feel about it looking back. This one isn't that bad, but there are some things where I'm like, okay, you didn't need that. But yeah, that's all for today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.